So we're going to continue exposing this finding of the ham sandwich phenomenon. It's a broad category to categorize basically people that have gotten into power and then are attempting to do something under some type of explanation and are actually doing the opposite. I think that's so I've got all the way into there, and now I'm going to take out ham sandwiches because ham sandwiches aren't healthy, when ham sandwiches are actually quite healthy. Like, they're quite healthy. There's about 1 million things that are worse than ham sandwiches. Yeah, it's like getting all the way to power and then making a basically fear porn video about domestic violence whilst and guns, and then sending people with guns to enact domestic violence to society, or like getting all the way to the Lord Mayor of Hobart only to promote on your Instagram page how people are better off not being in Hobart. This is ham sandwich theory. I'm coining it, and I'm sending it all the way to Oxford because I can do that from my very own toilet here. Some people call toilet a throne. I'll just call it a toilet. And that's a shower behind me. And that's some glass. That bit's not very musical, but it could be musical. You could easily make a xylophone out of glass. It'd be quite lovely, I think. Ding, 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 ding. Why has no one done that? Well, because all the people that would have done that have had to fight all the people trying to ban ham sandwiches. That's why we can't have a glass xylophone. It would be, honestly, I'd imagine running the baton, is that what they call it, over this glass. If you could get like a cascading, very close notes, very cascading, because the resonancy on glass, especially thick glass, which would have been very difficult to do back in the day. So there's a real good chance that a really beautiful glass xylophone has never been made. Because it's kind of, I mean, at the end of the day, it is a luxury item. And so most people, if say they've got some type of strange phenomenon occurring where people are blocking all the people from getting into a political system, and then when they're finally getting in there, they're trying to ban something ridiculous like a ham sandwich, then it feels a little bit self-indulgent to make a glass xylophone. It's the same as, say, is he the Premier? Say that guy that calls himself the Premier in Western Australia. He's celebrating constantly how he's built an electrical network for electric cars, and there's electric buses, and then he's like building a racetrack and like revving a huge petrol car. It's like ham sandwich theory. I think it has something to do with gender dynamics. It's like there's some type of opposite gender dynamic thing going on where if it's so I'm not saying that women shouldn't have, I'm always saying, my suggestion is that we have two parliaments. We have a female one and a male one. So we're like, what are those bitches doing? And then we go, what are those bastards doing? And we know. That way all the men get to face up against a man. They're like, we know you're not going to pull anything over our fucking eyes, you cunt. That's how men talk. And then the women will be like, we're watching you. We're keeping a fucking eye on you, you little bitch. Like that. That's how it has to work. We can't have this switchy, swatchy fucking Moulin Rouge style fucking affair going on any longer. It won't work. It just won't. You had a good run. Yeah, you had a good run. And for all the ladies out there, it was probably all men anyway. You know, it was the men that were paying those bitches to be cunts. Little hussies they all were. Not all of them. There was the odd one that was stepped out in class and had her own and took the men on head to head in their own game. They should be applauded. But yeah, we can't have it. Most people are not, they're too busy. They're too busy dealing with the fucking shit situation that these fucking assholes have kind of created. There's 30 years, there's no real anything. There's just screens. And screens are like the ultimate display of something that isn't real. It's literally the cave. Plato's cave. It's like the screen just is the cave wall. And when it really comes down to it, it's like, what is the progress? It's like, you should see the stuff going on the cave wall at the moment. Back when I was a child, we only had 3 cave walls, and now there is 6,000. In fact, I've completely forgotten that I'm even in a cave. And that they are projections. So it's gone to another dimension. At least in the first Plato theory, we still knew that we were in a cave and we were watching shadows on the wall. Now we just are in a shadow. We don't even know we're in a cave. That's what they tried to do. They tried to out Plato by making the cave disappear. Nasty little buggers, aren't they? What's all this nasty buggers trying to forget that we're in a cave and we're not even in a cave outside the world, is actually just projecting on the thing. Isn't it a little bit silly? Would you call that a concentration camp? If you made the whole world into a concentration camp, you'd be in a whole lot of trouble, I think. Yeah. Ham sandwich theory. I looked 4,300 BC is when China supposedly put some salt on a fucking pig leg and made ham. It seems to have done all right for China, and we've seemed to have done all right before. It's like Rome was the next one. Rome is the next one to make the ham sandwich. Yeah. And it wasn't like, imagine, replace this as like Rome suffered greatly under the ham sandwiches that they were using to distribute their water. Actually, no, sorry. It wasn't the ham sandwiches. It was the lead fucking pipes. Now, what do you think would apply as a lead pipe in our civilization? Do you think that it's ham sandwiches, or do you think that possibly it's the echo chamber filled social media algorithm world in which you can block entire segments of the population and then elevate your little bubble to the top with sheer and utter force? At the force of automatic machine guns and police cars and 24-hour surveillance. That's, you know what I mean? In a perfect world, if you were down at the argument level, you're going to take every argument. That's the only way to do it. If you close down, if there are unspeakables and there are untouchables, which happen to be both of them, and I'm in the shower, I'm hoping the gas doesn't come out of the thing like it did last time. Last time, when I was in this situation, I was in a shower just like this, and then gas came out. You just tricked me. You said, you're going to have a wash, and then gas came out, and we all died by the millions of us. So don't do that again, please. Please don't do that again. This is the problem. Imagine we had a fucking 6 million of these videos from Nazi Germany, Holocaust. Like someone in there was like, yeah, had a weird back in time machine. So once that happens, because we're there, that's why I think they have to do it like this, because even one video like this would have been the end. I mean, basically Germany would have just been fucking bulldozed if there was one passive aggressive, absolutely unrelenting smart fucking mouthed fucking Jew in Auschwitz with a fucking camera phone, yeah, you'd all be fucked. You'd all be absolutely fucked right now. It's never the ham sandwich. It's never. In fact, I think like if I was to get in charge right now, say somehow I got all these Nazis out and all these communists out, the first thing I'd do is be like, right, I'm sacking 33% of the teachers and I'm going to replace it with ham sandwiches. I think the nourishment from a ham sandwich, especially, here's the thing, ready? Because you've noticed I refer to the place as a piggery, and I'm actually quite anti pig farming, like the way that it's done now. So this is weird because you'd be like, well, Shannon, I thought you were against industrial pig farming. And I'm like, yeah, I am. We don't need to do it here. We're in Australia. We have so much space. We can do something way better than that model. And then we could have ethically sound ham that would be healthy and all the things which we could send around the world, and we could actually improve our landscape with controlled, like movable pig things that plant trees. That's so possible. But it's not possible if we have morons in our government trying to ban sandwiches. It's just, I don't know, it's like complete cultural failure. It's like complete, and I am concerned about the vaccine. Basically, every single person I know that's got the vaccine is not the same person that they were before they got the vaccine. They're aggressive. They seem to not be able to basically keep up with they're dissociative. There is just some very, very large problems, I think, going on there. And my hope is that it isn't. But as I look at this bag in front of me, I kid you not, I'm looking at this, like, my girlfriend's like makeup bag. Like, I didn't plan this, like that's what I saw. I just saw that right there on the bag, and I'm like, holy shit, that looks like fucking, there's a few of them as well. There's a few of, like, there's that one, and then there's one down there as well. That's a bit fucking crazy. Yeah, I think there's something wrong. I think it's fucked your brains up. And this is where science comes in, right? I'm not saying the vaccine is something wrong to your brain. It's either the vaccine or like what you all did to everyone else, or like what they did mentally to you to make you feel like you're all heroes. There's something really fucking, really dangerously gone awry. And we need to start figuring out what it is. But in order to start doing that, you would need to reply and have a conversation with someone like me, because I still am existing on planet Earth. In a lot of cases, I'm like not that far away from these people, and not one time has any of them replied. And all that I'm doing is speaking to a fucking camera on my phone. I'm not doing social media. I'm not being an influencer. I'm not fucking whatever you call it, whatever you want to fucking call it. If you fucking meet me, this is what you're going to meet. But it'll be quite toned down because it starts polite. The reason it's amplified to be like this is because there's no reply. You try it. You try it for 6 years, which I've done. And then you see what happens. And I can't understand that well because I've been in business. I know say I had a big team of employees, they're going to have to do this. There's no like, especially the next couple of generations, like there's no like, if I have an employee and they're all coy and they're like, I don't like the camera, I don't want, I'm like, well, okay, yep. Chicken Treat is always looking for staff. McDonald's is always looking for staff. Goodbye. Get out of here. If I get a tradesman that's like, I don't want to do a review and a thing, it's like, okay, yep, then go and work for a far worse company. But you're just not really what we're looking for right now. We need people that can actually realize that the internet is exactly the same as the world, just there is no difference. If you walked around for 6 years and people you were talking about, and no one replied to you, and then they started talking shit behind you, you'd go insane. What's the government like? If what the government did to me, what the Premier did to me, like, hey mate, why are you celebrating a train's birthday on the largest attack against Israel thing, and then you blocked me? I mean, that's the equivalent of, I don't know. You may as well have fucking put a fucking 20-foot fence around my house and fenced me in there. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. But I'm optimistic we can figure it out. But to figure it out, we need to start talking. And I actually think this is safer because there's a lot of tension there. So we have to do it like this. This is the safe way to do it. Think about it. It's like Roger Cook. If I go met him now, he's going to literally demand security staff, all these fucking things, guns, everything. It's like, hey, Rog, just pick up your phone, mate, and say hello. Then we don't need any of that. And he's like, shit, he's really got me there. He's really got me there with that. I hadn't thought about that at all. Wow. I am well and true. My fucking turkey is well and truly cooked. Lucky my waste wiping career is going on the up and up. It's just really bad. All of it's bad. From top to bottom, it's bad. But we have, here's the good news, is we have a pretty good foundation to draw from. And basically we need to work our way back to that and basically stop changing every single thing. And stopping radical experiments with humankind, we need to fully map out the experiments we've already been doing, like the mass chemical fertilizer, mechanical agriculture, tilling, the mass tilling of thousands and thousands and thousands of hectares of soil. It's not a global warming issue. It's really bad. There'll be a really good analogy, but I'll come up with it later. But in the meantime, I hope you're having a great day.